What is your American dream?
My American dream is to be great.
My American dream is to be a singer.
My American dream is to own a company.
My American dream is to be able to say whatever I want to say.
My American dream is to become a famous rapper.
My American dream is world peace.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! 176, 176, it's stuck in my head. I can't believe this. I have failed Brad miserably. Oh, hello there, Brad Scott. 176. Do you know what I'm talking about? Brad's weight. What kind of Brad challenge is this anyway? And I'm his coach, and I failed him just miserably. I mean, I gave him all those exercises in the office, but that's going to take some work, and I'm going to be your trainer. So put that sweatband on and let's get to work, Brad. Office workout, very important. Lift it, Brad.
1, 2, 3.
I gave him tips. Like, please start out slowly. I don't want you to pull anything.
Oh, come on,
you know,
Sam. That's ridiculous.
And he's not losing any weight. He's stuck at 176. That number's going to haunt me forever. Oh, the only good thing about the Brad Challenge is that Marge Higgs, a.k.a. Grandma, and Sandra Salinas have lost some weight. Because obviously they're listening to Groundhog Sam's tips on how to get in shape. But Brad, I'm feeling like he could be a lost cause. I don't know. Maybe when he's in Vietnam, something will change. It'll sweat all that weight out. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, Yonathan went out and met Nigel Dunkley and his sidekick, Cindy Hot Chocolate. That's right. Nigel is a first-generation Jamaican Trinidadian American, and he was able to overcome a speech impediment by learning ventriloquism. Very interesting art form, I must say. And I got to meet Cindy, too, and I got to say, I think I have a new friend. She and I twerk together. Oh, yeah. And now is the time you have all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-hosts Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. And I have one more thing to say, and it's very, very important. Wishing all the moms out there an amazing and happy Mother's Day. I'm going to go down to Pennsylvania to visit my mom and my groundhog Nana. I hope you're all going to go visit your mamas or at least give them a call on Sunday. Okay, enjoy the show.
Good morning, everybody. What am I saying? Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, May 10th, 2000. What? Am I on what? I'm on Vietnam time.
You're on Vietnam.
Yes, that's what Jill said. I'm on Vietnam time already. Good morning, Vietnam.
Must be nice.
You know that? So, welcome, Belgium Kim, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
What's up?
And, of course, we have to say hello to Javelle Finken, Princess Tenko, Carol Anderson, the Tiger, Mintu Saab, Jessica Kalimi Joel, Karen Rose, Squad Up Everybody, Sophia Gray, how are you? Anna K. Moxham and Willie L. Williams, Abigail Taylor Watson popping in, and Dionne Watson, and, of course, First Lady Hewitt. On YouTube, we have Mesa Cat. Mesa Cat. Mesa Cat. Princess Black, how are you? Carol, the Top Cat, Tigress 2, Anderson, Andreen Spence, how are you? Thale, or?
Tolly.
Tolly.
Right.
Shweta K. Farquharson. What up, Brad Squad? And Audrey Miller popping in with a question. We'll get to you in a little bit. D. Bean, how are you? And backing up, Ricky popping in there.
Yeah.
And Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. I know you may get tired of doing this. but we have to do it until everybody does it.
Okay.
All right? We have to do it until everybody does it. Please tell everybody how to share.
I could never get tired of doing this.
I can never either. All right, Facebook. You guys know on Facebook you have to share. You have to share because a lot of you guys found this show off of Facebook and other people sharing. So we need you guys to do the same thing. And what you need to do is just press that little arrow that says share and share it to anybody's page, share it to groups. But most importantly, let's share it into a WhatsApp group, or let's also share it into an inbox. So when you share it into these inboxes and the WhatsApp groups, it just blasts out and you can create a whole group of people that you think that might be interested in the show. So please share right now. Let's go crazy for this last day. This is our last day for 2 weeks, so we need you guys to share. This is all gonna be through you guys, all right? And also we're doing a new thing where we watch a party. You guys can start your own watch party. And then all you have to do that is press the share button, and then a couple options down, it also says start a watch party. So do that and you get everybody in your friends list to see the show as well, all right? That's an easy way to send a whole ding notification to everybody. And of course, we want you guys to interact. We want to hear what you guys have to do or what you guys are gonna do this weekend, of course. Anything you want to talk about, share it in the comments. You guys just love, happy face, sad face, wow face, mad face, whatever you're feeling, make sure you show us in the video, all right? And now, what are we gonna do on YouTube, Kimmy?
On YouTube, the first thing you guys need to do, if you hear the sound of my voice, you better follow and subscribe to our channel, because if you don't subscribe and hit that little bell, you won't know when we go live. You don't want to miss another episode. So once you've done that, make sure to hit that share button as well. Copy the link and paste it into text messages, WhatsApp groups, WhatsApp personal messages, slide into people's DMs, set it as your Instagram bio. Throw the link everywhere. And also make sure to let us know how you think and feel about everything that we are talking about in the comments, because we try them out. Make sure to leave those questions early, because we ask them first come, first serve. So if you've got an immigration question that you want answered during our social media check-in or our speed round, make sure that you are leaving it right now. Brad.
Meanwhile, we forgot to do our Brad Spotlight, Squad Spotlight.
Yeah.
In the Spotlight today, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Who is it?
Who is it going to be? It's going to be Demba Sow, who we thought was always watching from Africa, but it turns out he was born in West Africa in a small country called Mauritania, and he came here as a refugee in 2012. He got his green card in 2016. He's 28 years old, and he lives in Philadelphia. He's married with a 6-year-old son, but unfortunately he doesn't live with his family. He visits back to West Africa in hopes they will be here very soon. And here's a fun fact about Demba Sow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful wife and child,
right.
yes. Here's a fun fact about Demba Sow.
Yeah.
He got a chance to meet Joe Biden in 2016 when he visited the restaurant Demba worked at in Philadelphia.
Wow.
And there he is with Joe Biden.
That's a nice picture.
He says, Brad, it is a nice picture, and Joe doesn't look bad either.
Right.
And Brad Show Live he says is one of his favorite shows. He never misses it. He loves the show because it's great to know American law and what his rights are. Oh, that's great, Demba. We love Demba Sow.
We do love Demba Sow.
Now you will never ever think that Demba is a woman ever
Or in Africa.
Or in Africa. I don't know why I thought he was watching from Africa, but apparently not. He's 1 year away from becoming a citizen.
Yeah,
and then,
look at that fly
what
guy.
he should be doing is filing for his wife and kidnap, so when he becomes a citizen, he can get them here.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know who to call, Demba.
That's right. Before, it's our last day before my Vietnam trip.
Right.
And we have to go back to the Brad Challenge. It has been a challenge. It is quite a challenge, this Brad Challenge.
I know.
And I am sad to say I did not do it. Still at 176 pounds. Because Edith's in town and we keep going out for these massive dinners in the evening.
There's always a reason.
Always a reason. I can't diet because you're eating, after the show's over, it's 9, 10 o'clock. I'm eating these big dinners.
Right.
And then going to bed. Even when I eat fish, I don't lose weight. It's like I got to eat air or something.
Ice cubes.
Ice cubes.
Tic Tacs.
Maybe.
That's just
Maybe.
Tic
I
Tacs
don't
and
know.
ice cubes.
I don't know. The only one doing well is Salinas and Marge Hicks.
Yes.
Right.
All right, those are the two who are doing very well on this.
And Jessica Leamy, I think, said that she was losing inches but not pounds, which really is what
That's
matters.
better.
Oh, that's
yeah.
actually
even
nice.
better, yeah.
Right.
That means you're putting on muscle, girl.
That's right. We like that.
I like
we
that.
like that. She's hitting the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Do you think that you're going to come back from vacation better or worse?
Well, I'm hoping I hate the food there. I'm hoping I hate the food there, and I come back and I hit my weight. So I'm hoping-
Or you
I'm-
get really
I'm-
sick for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm hoping the food is terrible. What do you think the odds of that going to be?
Legit, a stomach bug is the only thing that
Yeah.
can save you at this point. you got to sickly yourself
just,
into
I should
your
go. I
goal.
should find the dirtiest river in Vietnam and just start drinking
my
out
God.
of it.
Oh.
Bathing and drinking out of it. Yeah, where's the elephant
Lord.
sanctuary? Let me have some water over here.
There you go. Go bathe with the elephants. Grab your straw. You should be fine. Jonathan has just thrown up in his mouth multiple
Yeah.
times.
All
God.
right. So meanwhile, we got to get right to something we like to call schmoozing with Brad. We're gonna schmooze a little. Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias. They came out with a new survey came out.
Yes.
And scientific study.
Right.
That's what I was looking for, the word. Came out today, and contrary to Donald Trump's rhetoric, there are more Mexican immigrants in the United States are highly skilled as compared to what actually Donald Trump is saying. The number of college-educated Mexican immigrants in the United States has risen more than 150% since 2000. Mexican immigrants with a bachelor's degree rose from 269,000 in 2000 to 678,000 in 2017. This makes Mexicans the fourth largest group of college-educated immigrants in the United States, right after India, China, and the Philippines. Now, scholars believe that the changes come as Mexico's population has become better educated and as more Mexicans have come to the United States with legal channels on temporary visas.
Wow.
All right, so
That's
take that.
Great news. That's
Orange man.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yes. Denver, Colorado, I think, was the first state to legalize weed.
Yes, they
are
were.
now Denver is now the first city to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms.
Whoa, what?
Yes, I would. That's crazy, right?
That is
I
insane.
heard
Yeah.
this. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
So wait, that's how the mushrooms look that they take?
I have no idea. The Denver, there was a vote by the residents of Denver.
Yeah.
And 89,230 people were in favor of just tripping.
Right.
And
that's how it looks.
87,341 were against everybody tripping. So apparently
So we're all
now,
tripping.
the difference of 2,000 people means that basically now, if in fact that is really where the margin is in Denver,
Right.
when you go to a restaurant, at least 50% of the people will be potentially tripping on drugs there.
Surely,
In Denver.
Surely this doesn't mean that people are just gonna wake up and pop some shrooms.
Right.
Like
Just,
if we start
as an
going down this
everyday
road,
thing?
family, we need to do this responsibly. Like,
Right.
please
Yeah.
don't trip balls at a Papa John's. That's not cute. That's not cute.
At all.
Don't be those humans. Don't be those humans. I don't know. This feels very slippery to me.
It's a very slippery slope.
Why are they legalizing it? Because
I don't, because people want to trip. Because people want it.
I mean,
Just because they want it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
once it's legalized, it's never not going to be.
like I
Exactly.
understand weed because that's also used for medical reasons.
Right,
I get
100%.
that. I get that. But shrooms?
And I've heard that there are some medicinal properties, but there's almost there's not enough research around it.
Last fall, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration granted a psilocybin. It's a breakthrough therapy designed for its potential to help people with treatment-resistant depression, a status that speeds up the development and review process for psychedelic drugs. So, I mean, all right, you want to make
Okay.
it a prescription drug?
Of course, that's
right,
fine.
but not a recreational drug.
Right. That's
Right.
that feel. And again, with the way that they have now commoditized, is that a word? Weed, and the way that now there's a lot of gummies that look like kids candy and stuff
Right.
like that. I feel like starting to do this is a little bit of a slippery slope.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's an attorney who posted on Facebook that said she is in fact responsible for freeing the 17 inmates that Kim Kardashian has taken credit for. Now, Oxygen announced on the Kim Kardashian West documentary about her law school work, and that her work was involved in the parole of 17 low-level drug prisoners.
Yeah.
Now, but Brittany Barnett, she's an attorney and criminal justice reform advocate from Dallas, Texas. There she is. She wants the media to give credit where it's due, saying she was the one and her partner, Meangel Cody. They're the ones who did all the work that Kim is getting praised for. Now, Barnett addressed this misconception in a lengthy Facebook post, and she writes, in 90 days, 2 black women lawyers freed 17 people from life without parole sentences. Only 2 of us. Prosecutors opposed nearly every single case we had. We litigated our asses off in federal courts around the country. We won downward departures in most of our cases due to very good lawyering. She did acknowledge that Kardashian's financial support made the continuation of their work possible after the 2 successful attorneys had wiped out their savings and been turned down by numerous nonprofits. She said, Kim linked arms with us to support us when foundations turned us down, and has always been very clear in her role. It's the media that spins it around, not Kim Kardashian.
Okay, that's what I was
We do not care how the media is portraying it. That's what the media does. Who cares? We need Kim's support and the support of anyone else who wants to join the fight. We love that she's using this platform to raise awareness.
Yeah, because I
Now,
was
has Kim said that she did it, or the media?
No, that's the media. Because I was gonna say Kim is actually very smart about not saying anything that's not true, because she sues a lot of people for stuff like that.
And people are going to sniff out any untruth.
Yeah,
because
like
she's
she
so,
knows that. Like, what do you think she's said that's not?
My issue is that she has not in any way corrected any of the news stories that say that she's the one who freed them. It's merely the fact that she was a funder, which is a really big deal, and she is doing criminal justice reform work. But also, now in the light of the fact that she's doing it while filming a documentary for Oxygen, automatically takes out the kind of like, oh man, she's turning over a new leaf. It's like, you're still doing this for television.
Right.
Like, you've been doing this.
But at the end of the day, none of this would have happened if she didn't fund it. So.
Fair. The funding is fair, but she's not lawyering people out of jail, and that's been the misconception, I think, and she's not clearing those misconceptions.
Now, earlier this week, Kardashian visited Paul Algarin, who got out of Central Prison in North Carolina on April 19th after serving 7 years. She and her husband, Kanye, which we know, brought a doctor to discuss removing Paul's face tattoos so he can have a fresh start post-incarceration. Kim and Kanye are covering the cost of those procedures as well. Earlier today, the couple welcomed also their 4th child, a baby boy.
Yes.
And he's here, and he's perfect, she says.
Well, again, they've had a busy media
Yes.
week. The Kardashians have had a hell of a media
I
week.
wish we could tweet the felon in Ohio with that face tattoo. They should go, right? That was, remember her?
That woman who has the crazy, I mean, oof, you need some Kardashian level help for sure.
I don't think you can get that taken off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rihanna is becoming the first woman to create an original brand for Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
First woman of color.
The first woman of color or the first woman?
Both.
Oh, is it both?
Both. Yes. The move is a formal acknowledgement from the establishment that a multi-hyphenate pop star actress image maker is now a couture designer.
Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah, the brand will be based in Paris and include ready-to-wear shoes and accessories, and is centered on Rihanna, developed by her, and takes shape with her vision, according to a statement from Louis Vuitton.
That's
amazing.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
amazing. It's also the first house created since like 1987. So the fact that they did this for Rihanna is huge. I'm very excited. I cannot wait.
She is the queen.
I'm about to spend all my paychecks on Rihanna's line.
And on October 27th, 2019, Belgium, Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo, Dave Chappelle on October 27th, 2019, very famous comedian. He's going to become the 22nd recipient of the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. The Kennedy Center said the co-creator of the Dave Chappelle Show is the embodiment of Mark Twain's observation that against the assault of humor, nothing can stand. For 3 decades, Dave has challenged us to see hot-button issues from his entirely original yet relatable perspective.
I think he deserves that.
Absolutely, he's iconic. Look at that, Clayton Bigsby. That's an iconic line. His
Rick
Charles,
James.
his
Yes,
Rick
yeah.
James,
Rick
his
James.
Prince.
Right.
Like it is.
Game
he's
versus
iconic.
blouses.
He is truly iconic.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a professor on Twitter has kept a hilarious list of slang terms he has learned from his students. Let's see if we know any of them. Now, the column on the left features words and phrases such as big mad, sus, and tea spilled the tea. On the right, the professor takes his own stab at defining the phrases, which are hilariously wholesome in their own way. So pull it up, come through.
They're hilarious.
Is an invitation.
Right.
Put someone on is the act of getting someone on trend.
Yeah.
Right? Mad, big mad is very
Very
mad.
Wait, I
Big
kind of
man.
want to quiz you on these, Brad.
No, mad, big mad is very good.
Right.
Right,
No,
right.
that's bad.
No, mad.
If you're big mad,
You big mad is you're very
you're
mad.
Oh, that's mad.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you're big mad, you mad.
You big mad.
I
Oh, you big mad.
I thought big mad is like really good.
No.
So when someone said I'm big mad at you, they're
They're
really
really
mad.
actually mad.
Okay. Rashing means to make fun of someone.
That I do not know.
Rashing? I didn't know
That's
about
the
that.
term.
Right. Real one is a valid person, someone you trust. I
Yeah,
get that,
real one, right.
High key is very obvious.
Yeah.
I get that. Low key is not so obvious.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I like,
Right.
yeah.
I'm dead means it was hilarious. It was amusing.
Right.
Snack is a person who looks good.
Yes.
Yeah, a snack.
Snack.
See,
I do love me a
you
good
could either be a
snick.
snack or a meal. Now, if
That's
you're a
true.
meal,
If you're
Right.
a whole meal.
Yeah, a whole meal.
then
Ooh.
you got a
That's a
lot
whole
to
different
eat.
story.
I like to say you're a snick snack or a multiple course meal, depending on the amount of
Maybe.
snackage. Oh yeah.
Now,
Snick
sus
snack.
means suspicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
That ain't it. Means unacceptable. I
Yeah,
don't
that ain't
approve.
it.
That ain't it.
That
yeah.
ain't
And
it.
taking the L means basically taking the loss means
Yeah.
you're going to make a sacrifice.
Yes. You gotta
Right.
take an L for your boys.
Right, you take a loss, but you can make the sacrifice.
This is funny.
I love some of these.
I love
You like
that.
that?
I love some of these.
All right, and finally, if you can't afford a lawyer like
Yeah.
myself,
Right.
you can always hire now a total stranger to argue on your behalf.
Excuse me.
So if you're a non-confrontational person like myself,
Right.
the Chinese online marketplace Taobao now offers people the chance to hire a professional quarreler.
A professional.
A professional quarreler to argue on their behalf.
What?
Yes, Taobao is considered the world's largest e-commerce platform. The latest addition to Taobao's seemingly infinite list of goods and services is quarreling by proxy.
Oh my
It gives
God.
people a chance to hire strangers to argue or just simply harass someone on their behalf. Now, for obvious legal reasons, professional quarreling is an obscure service, so interested parties have to search for specific phrases like substitute quarrel in order to find these available listings. You'll then be able to browse through dozens of offers from various professional quarrelers willing to just argue with somebody.
Oh my God.
Anywhere from 74 cents to $3 a minute.
Wow.
All the arguing is done via phone call or texting, not face-to-face, although some sellers have a screening system before accepting a request. They require information like what kind of argument do you want, what you want them to argue about, and how long should this argument go for
my
until I say
God.
I'm sorry.
I actually want to do this.
Yes.
Can I be an arguer?
One professional quarreling ad on Taobao states that an angry phone call or text message costs $3. A whole day of spam calls arguing is $6. $6 and bombarding your target's phone with hate calls 24/7 is
Son.
simply $15.
That is hilarious.
Great $15.
Yeah.
No, that's harassment. Don't do that.
I
yo.
know a couple people that I would hire that person for.
Yeah.
Really? Now,
Don't say.
You don't say.
would you be the quarreler or would you be the person hiring the
Both.
quarreler?
That would be annoying.
Both.
To be the person on the other end.
Oh,
Like,
God,
I would be
yeah.
so angry at you.
So
Like
mad.
somebody from China starts calling me and screaming at me regarding something I did to Yo-Yo. I would get me so angry at you, Yo-Yo. I can't even
Actually,
tell
It
you.
would be from
need
China
this-
too. You'd have to incur
I need the
international
number.
charges.
And meanwhile, First Lady Hewitt says, shit, I'm a professional quarreler. I'll curse your ass out in a minute. And
Okay.
she probably does it for free.
Right.
And she probably does it for free.
No money needed.
All right, Belgium, Kim, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, we got to get to our immigration questions right now. Please let everyone know how to share one last time while I stretch and get ready for
Yeah.
immigration with Uncle Brad.
Okay, Fam Bam, on Facebook, we need you guys to first start off by liking and following our page to make sure that you get all of the latest updates. And make sure to hit that bell so you get a notification every time we go live. We went live a little early today. We like to keep you on the edge of your seats. Also, hit that share button. Make sure to first share it as a DM, like share it as a private message in multiple groups that you're members of, in a private message, just one-on-one with somebody, someone you haven't talked to in a while. Make sure to start a watch party. That's gonna send notifications out to all of your people and start your own little comment box. You can be king or queen of your castle on your side with a watch party, and then you come back and join the fun with us. And also, make sure that you let us know everything you think and feel in the comments, please. You know we react to you. Yo-Yo and I like to talk to you while Brad's answering questions. And make sure you're dropping those social media questions right this second, because we want to make sure that we answer all of your questions. And on YouTube, what are they gonna do, Yo-Yo?
On YouTube, you guys are also gonna share, of course. So how you share is press that little arrow button and you can copy the link. And I want you guys to start sharing it to your social media, but most importantly, I want you guys to share it in a WhatsApp group. I want you guys to put together a group of, you could do a couple of groups. Maybe a family group, a friends group of people that you just don't really know, but you think that they might benefit from the show. Just put get a bunch of different groups together in your WhatsApp and just share it. Easily copy and paste the link into it and say, hey guys, it's on again today. Let's go in there and take over Brad Squad. You guys can have your own little group to go in there. That's actually pretty cool to invite people into the Brad Squad. Man, we're giving you all of that. It's all in your hands, all right? So now also we want you guys to subscribe. The subscriber count is going up really fast, and it's all because of you guys. So press that little rectangle, that red rectangle that says subscribe, and also the bell to get notified whenever we come on. You didn't know that we were gonna come on time today. And if you press the notification button and you subscribe, then you would have known, all right? And you wouldn't have came in at 5:45. No excuses. All right, now everybody call in so Uncle Brad can answer your questions.
There you go.
Getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, let's go to Brooklyn, New York is on the phone. Brooklyn, New York. I don't know who it is. Pam in Brooklyn, New York. Hi, Pam.
Hi, how you doing?
Good,
Thank
good.
you. You're good job.
Thank
I
you.
love your show.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What's going on?
I'm calling. I have a pending I-360 from 2017, November 2017. I filed.
Right.
You have any idea when?
It should
when
be.
you think I'll hear
It
something?
should be very soon. It should be very soon. It could be a delay because they're waiting to reauthorize VAWA, but it should be very soon. Do you have the I-360 approved or nothing approved yet?
Nothing. I have. I did send them something to ask about it in December, and they sent me back and saying it's still pending.
Okay, so let's see what happens. A lot of these cases are pending because of the thing that's going on in Congress, but everybody expects it to be extended at some point in the next few months. So let's see what happens. Just hang in there.
Okay, and Brad, one thing.
Yes.
One thing, I want to have a change of address and everything. Can I make an appointment to come and see one of your attorney tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. Hold on one second.
Can I change the address?
Yeah. You can do it yourself, but if you want us to do it, we're happy to do it for you and take over your case. Hold on one second. All right?
All right,
Hold on one second.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's go to Ramu in Queens. Ramu.
Hi. Thank you for answering my call. I have couple questions, please.
Yes.
The first one is I have a DACA approved. Is there any news about DACA?
DACA it's winding its way through the courts right now. DACA is still on. There is no update on whether the courts will follow what Trump wants to do and take that program away. There is nothing going on at the moment in Congress that is imminent that's going to make DACA permanent. We got to see how the courts handle this, and probably it's going to wind through the courts at least another year or 2 years before we see a resolution.
Okay, and the other question is, my DACA is about to expire. I also have the pending I-360,
right?
And that is expired too. Should I file for both work permits or just one of them?
Well, you can do the work permit through the VAWA or the DACA, whichever one you want, but you don't need both.
All right, thank you so much. Enjoy your trip.
I would do the work permit through the DACA because we know that's extended. Now I'm thinking it through because we know that's extended, and I would just file an adjustment on the I-360 at the present time.
All right. Thank you so
Okay?
much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Enjoy your vacation.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Greg in Queens. Greg. Greg.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. This is Greg. I'm good. How are you, Brad?
Good. What's going on?
So I was looking at my friend just told me I was looking to adjustment of status through employee based. I noticed there's 3. I looked it up today, and there's three employee based. I was wondering if my job was supposed to petition. What would I need and what would I need to do?
Well, where are you from, Greg?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Country or state?
Country.
Oh, Jamaica.
You're from Jamaica. And and how did you come to America? What type of visa are you on at the present time?
Oh, I'm on the DACA.
You're on the DACA. Okay. And did you get the DACA before you were 18?
Yeah, I'm it's currently expiring, but I'm having the issues with jobs not wanting to hire me because...
Yeah, I understand that, but did you get the DACA before you were 18?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. No, I did not. No, I did not.
And where's your mom and dad? I was trying to help him. Hopefully he'll call back. Roy in Springfield, Massachusetts. Rory, excuse me.
Yes. Hey, Brad. I'm calling. I just recently got my conditional green card of this year in March.
Right.
March of this year, and when we went for the interview in March, I was the immigration officer was going to deny my application. He approved the I-130 on spot, but he was going to deny the I-45 because I needed to do a waiver for overstaying and a waiver for crimes of moral turpitude, which I didn't know at the time. And he says, unfortunately, the law changed last year where you have to put all your application in at the same time. So he couldn't let me go home and send in a waiver. So he said he was going to talk to his supervisor, and we'll see how it goes. And by the time
what do you mean you're going to go home? Who's sponsoring who? Let's go through this a little bit.
My wife.
And how did you come to the United States? How did you come to the United States?
On a visitor's visa, and then we got married.
Okay, so then why do you have to go home? Why can't you just do all your waivers here in the United States? I'm confused. Who's telling you this?
No. He said, not go home like Jamaica. He said, unfortunately, he can't let me go home, like my home up in here in America, and do a waiver and then send it in because the law changed where you have to send in all your waivers and everything in your application at the same time. So that's what he said. So he was about to deny it, and he said he will talk to his supervisor and see how it goes. By the time we reach home, I saw that I got approved for the green card.
Oh, congratulations.
So my question is... Yeah, so my question is...
Because I didn't know I didn't even know what law he was talking about, because you could always file a waiver at the end of the case.
Oh, that's what he told me, that I can't do it unless I send it in with my application.
So you got your green card, so good.
No, yeah, so my question is, when it's time for me to remove the conditions, would I have to file a waiver again for overstaying?
No, because your waiver was already done.
Oh, so it was
he approved
so it was done by the supervisor?
Yes.
Or
yes.
I'm assuming?
Yes. Either it
so
was done by the supervisor or you didn't need a waiver in the first place, one or the other. You know what I would probably do is do a Foia, Freedom of Information Act request to get your records and see exactly what they did and so that way you don't have any sleepless nights.
Okay.
All right. That's
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
One last question. I recently got arrested before I did the application. I put the application in last year of September, and I got arrested in July.
Right.
Right. And I pled guilty to assault and battery.
Right.
But it was no jail time, no probation, no nothing. So I pled guilty, but there was no jail time, no nothing. Does that count under crimes of moral turpitude? I'm just curious.
It depends what you were found guilty of.
Assault and battery.
That would be a petty offense if there was no
jail time, no nothing.
As long as that was your only offense ever, it's a petty offense, and you wouldn't need a waiver.
But what if you were arrested for domestic assault on your wife, but you never got convicted? It got dropped.
Then it got dropped.
Does that count as crimes of moral turpitude?
No, because it got dropped. So it sounds like you never needed a waiver in the first place. It sounds like you just had.
Yeah, that's what. So why did the immigration officer he was about to deny my application because of that?
Right. And then he went to the supervisor, and the supervisor said, "No, this is a petty offense. He gets a green card." That's probably
okay. So I wouldn't need one for overstaying on my visa either, right? I wouldn't need one for that.
Now,
either.
if you're ever arrested again and have a conviction, now you're going to get deported because you only allowed one petty offense. So just be very careful.
Okay, okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Let's go to Mohammed in Portland, Oregon. Mohammed.
Hello.
Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, Brian. I want to ask you one question about. I have applied green card based on marriage, and I got an interview notice in May. I will have interviews, but the letter is written that I have to submit all the paperwork I have submitted already. What that mean?
What do you mean you have to submit all the paperwork that you already submitted? Just come
it's written that I have. I have to submit a video of support.
Then obviously you didn't do the affidavit of support correctly, or you're just looking at a form letter. I'm not sure what you're looking at.
Okay. Also, I have to submit.
I don't know what you're looking at. So if you did the affidavit of support and already submitted it, you shouldn't need to do it again unless it was done incorrectly, or it's missing from the file. I'm not sure the letter you're looking at. Also, a lot of times they write a letter and there's check boxes, and they manually check off the things that you need. Maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe they wrote you a form letter that says, if you haven't done it, do this and bring it with you. I don't know what you're looking at.
It's written that unless it has been submitted.
What I would suggest, Mohammed, is have a consultation with us. Send us what you're looking at. Send us what you submitted, and that way we can make sure that you're prepared for your interview. Because you go to the interview and you're not prepared, you're going to get denied. All right? So hold on one second, all right? Because he's confused, and I don't know the letter. I can't read it. Because I can't do it.
Because you're on a show right now.
I'm on a show right now.
Right.
Let's go to Casey in Louisiana. Casey.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. Hi, I'm great. I just have a couple questions. All right, I was arrested here for domestic violence, and then the case got dropped. But ICE came and got me at home. Mm-hmm. I never put in my paperwork yet. Oh, I'm from Jamaica. I never applied for anything. But when I got out of the ICE detention, I submitted my papers. I submitted my I-130 first, which got approved, and then I put in the I-4, the green card.
Why did ICE put you in detention? Tell me that again.
Because when me and my husband, we got into an argument, and police got involved, and I was arrested. Right. Fingerprint and everything, so they handed me over to immigration.
Okay,
so they came and got me.
So you don't have a criminal record,
but
you were just handed over because you were out of status.
No, so the case got dismissed, so they only charged me for overstaying because I was overstaying.
And now your husband's filing for you while you're in removal?
Yes. Okay. No, I got bail out of removal, and then I submitted my papers, right? The I-130 first.
Right. Your husband's filing for you, exactly. Okay. I understand.
Right.
All right, so now where you at?
No, my I-765 is out of processing time, and my I-485, it's been 364 days since I've submitted, and I haven't received
you need to file a mandamus. The Immigration Service has been screwing with you, putting you in jail, getting you out of jail. You need to file a mandamus at this point and just get your green card and move on with life, because it's too stressful otherwise.
Okay.
All right.
But I put in for my son, and they approved his I-130, and I'm just waiting for an interview date for him.
Good, but he's not going to get through until you get through, because he's in another country, I assume.
Yeah, he's in Jamaica at the moment.
Okay, so you know what a mandamus is, because you just said yes, okay. Like, okay, yes, when you say, I said, file a mandamus, you say, yes, okay, and then you just continue. Did you understand what I meant by file a mandamus?
No. Could you explain, please?
Yes, please. Okay. So what I mean by filing a mandamus is that you need to file a federal lawsuit against the government because they're violating your rights. And the rights that they are violating is that they have to give you a green card immediately because you're an immediate relative. That's what the law says. And they can't delay your green card for years and years, put you in jail, take you out of jail when you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. So at some point you need to file a mandamus, which is you go to a federal judge and you say, hey, federal judge, tell immigration to give me my green card. They're violating my rights. And the federal judge will do it, and immigration will give you the green card. And it happens like that in weeks. Okay? We as lawyers do that for you. You don't do that yourself. So I want you to understand when I say file a mandamus, you just say, okay, I didn't think you understood, so I'm glad I explained it. All right? So hold on one second. Hold on. What?
Okay.
What's another question? What's another question?
Another question is, you think it's because my case got dismissed long after I applied for my green card? That's why.
No, I think the government's violating everybody's rights. So you need to go to a federal court, or you can sit on your thumbs till the cows come home, and that's how everybody. That's what everybody's position is right now. Sit on your thumbs, let them keep violating your rights. I wonder why I'm not getting my green card. I wonder why they're doing this. I wonder why they sent me this letter. Because they're because they're screwing with you, and they're screwing with everybody else who's filed. So what I suggest is file a mandamus. All right, so hold on. Let's go to Greg in Queens. Greg, we spoke with you in Queens already, didn't we? Oh yes, we got disconnected, Greg.
Hi.
So yes, we got disconnected. You were from Jamaica. You wanted to get sponsored in a job. You're on DACA, and then I said, "Are your parents here?"
Oh, my parents, they're not around.
They're not around. Okay.
No.
How old are you now?
I am 27.
Are you married? You're single?
I'm single.
All right. So job sponsorship won't work for you because
Why?
Because even though you're on DACA right now. You would have to go home to pick up your green card, even as a DACA recipient. And the law says if you are out of status in the United States for more than a year after your 18th birthday, you have a 10-year bar, so you would need a provisional waiver. And the only one you can get a provisional waiver through is your parents or a spouse. So job sponsorship doesn't work. Family sponsorship.
Okay.
You know what family sponsorship is? You get sponsored by your parents or you get sponsored by a spouse. And if you don't have parents and you don't have a spouse, then you got to fall in love. That's what has to happen.
No one loves anyone. It's all money these days.
Well, then don't pay anybody. All right. There's love out there. Don't be so cynical.
I try not to be cynical.
Don't be cynical. All right. There's somebody for everybody. Yeah. All right. All right. Hang in there, Greg.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. So with that, Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Yeah.
Where are we at with our show?
You tell us,
Let's
Brad.
see. What did we do so far?
You're the king, Brad.
Okay. We're at something we like to call social media checking.
D Classic Man says, I did a fingerprint before and they sent me another one. What does that mean, and could you explain why?
It means that your first fingerprints didn't clear well. Maybe they didn't do it well. Maybe it was a smudge. Maybe they lost them. I have no idea. It just means that they weren't able to get a full report on you and they want to do it again.
All right, Muta has a question saying, I've just listened, or I just posted my question, but I have got the advanced parole. Can I go abroad with that? I didn't receive any appointment for biometric fingerprints.
If you have an advanced parole document and it's a legal document from the government and you have a pending adjustment, go abroad. Don't stay out for more than 2 weeks.
And will this be a problem when I come back to the USA because of the biometrics? No.
John Pena said, I've got a question. We did our application a little after we had our child. In Japan, the child has to take the woman's name. So my wife changed her name to mine so my son could have my last name. My wife had a difficult time after the pregnancy, so she didn't actually have enough time to change her passport. So her passport still has her last name. We did the USCIS application already. We got the notice in November 2018 that they received it. Now here in Japan, they're saying that she has to change her passport to match her son's name. On all the paperwork as well, they have her with my last name. The only thing with my old name, with her old name, is her passport.
I don't understand. The wife has her last name. The son has the husband's last name.
Right.
So what is she trying to do?
Well, so the wife has the husband's last name, but only on her passport is it still her old last name,
right.
And she hasn't changed that
so
yet. Is there any way for her to do it with that? His lawyer is saying not to worry about it until she gets to the U.S. and then she can just change her last name. But he's wondering, do you think it's going to be a problem? And if she does change her passport?
No, you can keep your maiden name. You can keep your married name. It's no big deal.
Okay, because I think what happened is they filed with her maiden name and then after the son was born, she changed it. So she
It's
filed
fine.
under one name.
She's going to get her green card in her maiden name, which is
Okay.
the name in her passport.
Okay.
And when she comes to the United States of America, there's no such thing as changing your name in America.
Right.
Okay, when you come, you go get a Social Security card in your married name.
Right.
And then you go get a driver's license in your married name. And then when your green card comes, you replace it and say, I want my green card in my married name now. And guess what? This is your new name.
Fantastic.
Voila.
Easy peasy.
All right, Shanta Mendez's. How do you say that?
Mendez's.
Mendez's.
Yeah, as
Okay.
in more than one Mendez.
Mendez's.
Mendez's.
Shanta saying, hi, I'm filing, my filing date is April 16, 2018, and I still haven't received an interview date. Should I be concerned? Is it out of a normal processing time?
When was her date?
April 16, 2018.
Yes, it's out of processing time. You should get a green card in less than 12 months from filing an adjustment. So you sit on your hands, you contact a congressman, you file a mandamus. Those are your choices.
We've got a question from Shauna K, who said, my question today is my husband has his N400 interview next week. How can he show continuous residency as he was out of the country for more than 6 months in 2014 and he put in the paperwork in May of 2018?
You can't. Facts are facts.
Because you didn't.
You didn't.
Right.
So if he was out of the country for more than 6 months, he has to file for his citizenship 5 years from the time he came back. Because for citizenship, so he may be denied. I would have to look at his passport and see.
All right, Audrey saying, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. We put in the paperwork last month, but I got a job offer. Can I take the job knowing I have not yet received my work permit and I don't have a state ID yet?
Yes, as long as they're willing to hire you, why not?
We've got a question from Beverly, who's asking for a friend. How do you get an Itin number without a work permit or a Social Security?
You file a 1040 return, attach a W-7 to it. They'll send you a TIN number.
Cammie Campbell is saying, can I get a job using my prima facie? From USCIS also is a stamp in my passport from USCIS while waiting the advanced parole safe to travel. I have a pending VAWA and I live in New York.
Yeah, you can travel on a pending VAWA, but don't leave the United States till you get the advanced parole.
And can they get the job using the prima facie?
No, that's not
from
work
USCIS?
permission. So if you filed an I-360 and you want a work permit, then file the adjustment with it, unless the abuse was from a resident. But if the abuse was from a citizen, file the adjustment, and that way you can get your work permit right away.
Ziva says, I've got a divorce for the last 2 years now and I renewed my 751 in 2016. But since I haven't had a reply, they just gave me a 551 stamp every year and I don't know what's going on my case. Can I go ahead and apply for citizenship? What should I do?
You can apply for citizenship or you can do a mandamus, but you shouldn't be sitting around doing nothing.
All right, Mace the Cat saying, question is, I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I applied to I-751 in November 2018, but we were separated then. We're back together before a couple months and I still didn't get anything from the Vermont Center. I got a job, but I don't have a receipt number. So what can I do to help my case get the job because I need this job?
What? She wants a work permit? What did she file?
So she married a U.S. citizen and they applied to I-751 in November 2018, but they separated and got back together.
Okay, so if you have a pending I-751, you're a green card holder. Just get a stamp in your passport. Just bring proof you have a pending I-751 down to your local immigration office. They'll put a temporary stamp in your passport to show that you're a lawful resident. So then let's figure out from there. Call me and then let's figure out where you are
about the
with your
whole
case.
job situation too? Because she said she doesn't have the receipt number.
Well, she has to go down anyway, because even if she doesn't have the receipt number, she has an alien registration number, and they could look it up through the alien registration number. You get a temporary stamp in your passport. That's number one, so you can get your job.
Right.
That's what you should be doing right away.
Because she needs that
right.
job.
And then contact me once you get a few paychecks, so you can pay for a lawyer, and then let's figure out how to get you your green card.
There you go.
Sam Scarfo says, I'm in the deportation process right now, and I've got court in 2020. Could I have a Social Security number and a work permit during this time?
Why is he in removal?
It does not say.
I need to know more information.
All right, Casey is saying, hey, I was, did you do Casey?
You're right.
Casey, I was in removal proceeding and the case got dismissed because my I-130 has been approved. My I-765 My I-765 is outside processing time, and it's been a year since I applied for my I-485, and up to date, I haven't received an interview date.
Again, immigration is just screwing with everybody. If your I-45 is pending more than a year, you need to do mandamuses.
Baliabe said, what do you need to file for an adjustment of status based on marriage, and which forms, and what are the fees?
I-45, I-130, I-130A, I-765, I-864, I-131. The fees are $1,760, and you better be prepared to prove A, you're legally married, B, you made a legal entry into America that was not on a Siemens visa, C, your wife can support you 125% above the poverty level through the affidavit of support, and D, that you're in a bona fide marriage, which is that you're living together and have a financial relationship. I just gave you an entire book of immigration in 6 sentences.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that
impressive.
was pretty impressive. Letitia Johnson saying, how long does it take for a minor child I-130 for the I-130 to get approved in Jamaica? It was filed August of 2018 by a U.S. citizen.
It should be get approved before August of 2019.
And our last question before our speed round. Chevelle says, if I have an adjustment of status case pending, but I'm switching to Foia because of abuse, does putting my abuser on child support and spousal support affect my case?
No, not at all. Your spouse should be giving you child support. And when you file a VAWA, that has nothing to do with child support or spousal support. And your spouse won't even know that you're doing a VAWA case.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So with that, Yonathan, the other day you went out on the street again to test people's knowledge of American civics in another edition of Citizenship 101. Now, can you answer the questions people who want to become a naturalized U.S. citizen must answer in the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service Naturalization Test? Do you think they can do it?
I think they can.
Did the people do it, or we have to watch and see?
You guys have to watch and see.
All right, let's watch.
What's up, Rad Squad? It's your boy, Yonathan Elias. You already know, if you want to become a U.S. citizen, you have to pass the United States USCIS naturalization test. But a lot of people don't usually pass it, so we're going to find some people and see how well they do. And I also want you guys to play along with us. Let's go find them. Are you ready to take your citizenship test?
Yes.
Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. Was it World War I, Revolutionary War, Civil War, or War of 1812?
Civil War.
Ooh, I've got no idea, so I'm going to say the War of 1812.
World War I.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, I was like, is this a trick question?
Right.
What am I missing?
No.
That would be World War I if it's in the 1900s.
There you go. Good job. Oh, now that makes sense. War of 1812 was 1812.
The United States fought 5 wars in the 1900s. World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Gulf War. In 1917, 2 million American soldiers went to France to help end World War I. The United States joined France, Britain, and Russia in a war against Germany and the Austria-Hungary. The war ended in 1918.
What is the economic system in the United States? Is it a capitalist economy, communist economy, socialist economy, or none of these?
Well, it's not communist. I would have thought it's capitalist.
Capitalist economy. Capitalist.
2 for 2. How you feeling?
Better. Much better.
Ooh, I'm going to go with capitalist economy.
Yes, we're definitely not communists here.
Capitalism is an economic system in the United States. It's a market economy. Capitalism means that people, not the government, own most businesses. In the United States, businesses decide what to sell. They decide how much money to charge for products and services. Then people decide what they want to buy. This is called a market economy. The economy is controlled by individual people and businesses, not by the government. The United States has a capitalist market economy.
What are 2 cabinet-level positions? A, Secretary of the Interior and Secretary of History, or B, Secretary of Weather, Secretary of Energy, C, Secretary of State and Secretary of Labor, or D, Secretary of Health and Human Services and Secretary of the Navy?
C, I think.
The third one, C. I'm going to go with C.
State and labor.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cabinet-level positions include the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Labor. The Secretary of State works with other countries around the world. This person manages the president's foreign policies. The Secretary of Labor manages working conditions, wages, and unemployment benefits. The Secretary of Labor advises the president on employment issues.
What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy? A, write to a newspaper and call senators and representatives. B, give an elected official your opinion on an issue and join a community group. C, vote and join a civic group. Or D, all of these answers.
All of them.
Tell them, get involved.
Oh, it's time. It's time to get involved.
D.
D. All of them?
Yes. Yes. And tell them that's what they need to do. Join.
Do it.
Vote. Everybody. Sheesh.
Democracy only works when people are active in government. Voting is one of the best ways for citizens to participate in the democracy. But it's not the only way. We can also call or write letters to government representatives. We can ask questions about the government or share our opinion. We can join a civic group, a community group, or help with an election campaign. We can write a letter to a newspaper. Sometimes the newspaper will print the letter for everyone to read, or we can choose to run for office.
When is the last day you can send in your federal income tax forms? April 13th, April 15th, April 19th, or July 4th?
The 15th of April.
Yeah, we all know that.
I waited too long last year not to file an extension.
Me too.
Not happening this year. April 13th.
Not July 4th.
It's not.
I know it's in April. 15th.
Yeah!
Every year we get stories about people lining up around the block to file their taxes on the last days.
And I would be in that line.
Oh, nice.
I want to say the 15th.
Yes. Yes.
There are two things that are certain in the world: death and filing your taxes by April 15th.
What did Susan B. Anthony do? A, run for president. B, invent the sewing machine. C, fight for women's rights. Or D, win the first Olympic gold medal in the U.S.
I'm going to say just fight for women's rights.
Yeah. Big ups to the women out there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Gotta be C.
Fight for women's rights. 6th grade me would be so proud.
Yes.
See?
Look at that. You know your women's history, huh?
Guess so.
Susan B. Anthony was an American women's rights activist who devoted her life to racial, gender, and educational equality. She played a prominent role in the women's suffrage movement, and the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, is named in her honor.
Name 2 states that border Canada.
Nah, I don't know that.
Border Canada. North Dakota and Maine.
Can you give a little bit more? Let's see.
New York is up there. Wisconsin. No. Illinois. No. I'm blanking now. Oh, Washington.
There you go.
The border Canada. Alaska.
Okay.
Need
one more.
I'm gonna say North Dakota.
You got it.
Washington, Idaho.
You got that. Think of the United States map, the North America. 2 states that, nope.
Nope.
So
all correct answers are Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Alaska.
what does the 13 stripes signify on our flag? A, 1 for every original colony. B, 1 for every founding founder. C, 1 for every ship that discovered the New World. Or D, 1 for every city in the U.S. in 1774.
Isn't it the first one?
For every original colony, 1 for every founding founder. You got it.
Yeah.
1 for every original colony.
There you go.
Those colonies.
It's those 13 colonies.
Yeah. I love it.
The 50 stars on the flag represent the 50 states of the United States of America, and the 13 stripes represent the 13 British colonies that were declared independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain and became the first states in the U.S.
Last. If you get this, you got 100%.
Yay!
What is the tallest mountain in the continental United States? A, Mount Mitchell in North Carolina. B, Mount Whitney in California. C, Mount Elbert in Colorado. Or D, Mount Rainier in Washington.
I want to say Rainier, but I don't actually know if that's right. I lived in Seattle for 3 years. I should know this, if it's that or not.
I'm going to go with Mount Rainier in Washington.
I'm just gonna go for C.
California.
Come on, you passed. Yes.
I really guess. Sure, why not Rainier?
It is Mount Whitney in California.
Darn it!
Listen, why? So close, but guess what? You get to stay in the States, all right?
Mount Whitney in the Sierra Mountains of California is the tallest in the continental U.S., rising 14,494 feet above sea level. When factoring in Alaska, however, Mount Whitney comes in at number 11 with the top 10 highest peaks, all towering over the 49th state.
Well, there you have it. I'm going to be looking at all your answers, see how well you guys did. You saw how my friends did. It wasn't too bad. A lot of them thought that they were going to fail right away, but you got to go back into that brain, that 6th grade history. All right, y'all, back to the studio.
All right. So I think most people did well.
Yeah.
They did. That was a fun one.
Yeah, most people did well. All right, we have a speed round. This is condensed Brad show. We did everything but condensed.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
All right, and we're gonna condense 20 questions into 4 minutes.
Yep.
You think we can do it?
No problem.
I think I say no way.
Oh, you have little faith,
Yeah,
Brad.
you think we can do it? 20 questions? No way. I think that's really unrealistic.
I think we
don't
could
we're
do
gonna be
it.
able to do it.
I think we can do it.
All right, let me look at the camera. And
All right, let me be
Julian,
ready.
start the clock on Kim's first words.
Vanessa says, is it a certain amount the embassy wants to see in your bank account to travel from Nigeria to the U.S.?
No, they want to see that you have a job that you're going to return to. That's more important.
Born El Nino saying, hey Brad, came here in 2016 legally, and last year 2018 I met my soulmate. She got pregnant and filed for me February 2019. We have our joint documents and we have a brand new baby few days back.
Congratulations.
Should I be worried about my interview? No criminal record.
No. Wait, he got married more than 90 days.
Yeah, and
So-
he said he came here legally.
Yeah, it's fine.
last
You have
year.
nothing to worry about. Okay.
If he came here illegally, how about that? Just
Different,
in case.
Different story.
Is it a different story?
Yes.
Because I don't
But
understand.
we have 4 minutes.
Okay.
No way now, but let's
Right.
do it.
Gabriel's got a question about his dad who is filing for him. Gabriel came to the U.S. legally in 2016 under a parole program, and he had to wait for his immigrant visa to be available. His father is the one who's petitioning him, but he never worked in the U.S. because he's elderly. So his brother is a U.S. citizen and sent in his I-864 as a joint sponsor, and 2 weeks later, Gabe received an RFE from the USCIS saying they had not received the response. The I-64 didn't come from my father. They need the I-64 from my father in another to make a decision even when the joint sponsor would be used.
Yes, because your father has to sign an affidavit supporting whether he has money or not.
Lori says, is it possible to travel if advanced parole is approved, but I haven't received the actual card yet? Can Border Patrol see my status?
You need the actual card.
Okay, can they see the status on that system?
No, you need the actual card.
Okay.
Angela says, if someone overstays their visa, can you do a tax ID?
Yes.
Estella is saying, what should I do about to adjust my status? I'm here in the U.S. with a tourist visa with my U.S. citizen husband. We've been married in the Philippines.
Adjust your status. As long as you've been here more than 90 days, file an I-45.
Nurik says, can I request a Foia myself, and if so, how long does it take?
You can request it yourself, but if you're not sure what you're requesting, it'll take a very long time.
Chip X says, my VAWA was approved in July last year, filed an I-485 in October, went for my biometrics in December. Now it's almost 5 months, no word from USCIS or an interview date.
You're going to wait a year.
Bbass said, my wife filed her taxes every 3 years, so I don't have the tax transcripts requested. She gave me a letter from her employer, W-2s and pay stubs, and a letter explaining that she only files her taxes every 3 years. Is that going to work for the affidavit?
I never heard of only filing your taxes every 3 years. You file a tax return every year.
Padro says, can a job sponsor expired green card holder?
Perhaps if you have a provisional waiver, you're 245I.
Binta says, what can I do to obtain a green card if my husband of 2 years is constantly cheating on me and he's verbally abusive? He says if I leave, he'll get me deported because he's the one that filed for me. I plan to
He
divorce
can't get
him.
you deported. He's not the American government. Unless he's the head of Border Patrol, he can't get you deported. File a VAWA application and leave him.
Diana Moore says, can you send for Foia, F-O-I-A, before someone files to see if her fiance would be able to come back to America?
The FOIA is not going to show anything. Go see a lawyer who knows the law and tell him the facts of what's going on.
Tracy says, for a VAWA, does there have to be physical proof of abuse?
No.
Garcia says, I'm applying for citizenship through a husband for bad advice. We filed our 2017 and 2018 taxes as separated single. We learned about the problem, and yesterday, May 7th, we sent an amendment to our taxes to the IRS. They sealed us the copies of the amendments where they confirmed that they received it. My interview is in 2 weeks. I have to show the USCIS the documents that confirm the amendment or simply show the new 1040 with the changes that we made.
Both, and you got to prove you and your spouse live together and have a financial relationship.
Hamid said, hi Brad, Yo-Yo, and Red Shirt Lady. My question is, I'm married to a U.S. lawful permanent resident since March, and I want to know about the process. Is it okay that there's a 26-year age difference?
No.
It's not okay?
It's fine. We're very, very slow at the reading of the questions.
They were long questions
And Yo-Yo asking additional questions that weren't even there. Just suppose we're in a speed round and Yo-Yo's asking suppositions.
We still wouldn't have got it. There was 5 left.
No, it's true.
Let's finish up. Let's finish up.
So Hamid's question again, Brad, Yo-Yo, and Red Shirt Lady. Hi, that's my
No,
new
the
name.
26-year-old age difference doesn't matter. You just got to prove it's a real marriage.
Okay.
Nana says, I applied for my B1, B2 visa, and I feel like we asked this yesterday, but I'm going to do it again. I applied for my B1, B2 visa in Accra, Ghana. I was approved after an interview. I made a mistake in the D160 by forgetting to answer correctly the question if I have other names used in the past. I have legally changed my name that I once applied for in the US visa in 2013, but I was refused, but was able to correctly answer the question if I have been refused before on the D160. So could they have my past records with the former name? Could this be a material misrepresentation?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they have all the records of every time you ever applied for a visa.
Okay, she says she has no criminal records, convictions, or bad immigration history.
If you made a misrepresentation, then you have a problem. I'm a little lost on whether she made a misrepresentation now because that was a very convoluted question, but I realized that there was a different name on one application than the next.
Right.
And I would have to understand really what happened, but if there's a misrepresentation, they're gonna have the records of both.
Sorry, lost all my questions.
I can do.
Shanta says, I filed my case in April of 2018 and I still didn't receive an interview date. Am I out of the normal processing time? And if so, what can I do?
Yeah, if you have an adjustment pending more than 12 months, you're out of processing time. I don't care what immigration says when they say processing time is normally 12 to 36 months. That's basically, we're basically telling everyone who files their application we're violating your rights. So you can sit on your hands and ask questions of me, is this out of processing time, and wonder what the problem is, or you can take matters into your own hand, come see us, and let's file a mandamus.
Binta says, am I eligible to file an I-601 if my husband constantly cheats and is verbally abusive? Our marriage is bona fide with 2 kids.
It would be an I-360 would be the VAWA case.
Princess Black says, if you have a number and a work permit and your adjustment is still pending, do you still go to get a stamp in your passport?
Yes.
Juliet says, can a green card holder file for a stepchild?
Yes.
And that's all we got.
All right. So we will be taking 2 weeks off.
Yes.
You can follow me at Real Brad Bernstein on Instagram. And if I know you and you're part of the squad, I'll follow you back. I have no problem. Ask the squad. They say I follow them back. And I speak to them sometimes too. They send me messages. So you can follow me at Real Brad Bernstein on Instagram. I will be posting from my trip in Vietnam. I will be back in 2 weeks. Belgium Kim and Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, how can people follow you over this 2-week break?
You guys, I'm going to miss you, so make sure that you are following me at Belgium Kim on Instagram and at Belgium Kim TV on Facebook, and send me all of the good stuff. Thank you, Lolita Platt, who sent me a message yesterday.
Aw. And you guys can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
All right. And we will definitely miss you. I'll miss doing the show. I'll miss you guys. I'll miss the squad.
It's going to be a sad 2 weeks.
But it will be a sad 2 weeks. But I like to experience the world.
As you should.
Right.
You need to come back and
I like to
live.
see. When by the time God calls me, I want to have seen everything.
I
That's
get
my
that.
goal.
I totally
That's my
get
goal.
that.
So everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you back shortly.
Comments?
What? Oh! Comments of the day. Oh my God! Comments of the day. Jeez. What? I'm already on vacation,
Yeah,
Belgium
you are.
Kim.
My God! Jipping people out of a
Jipping
full
people
comment?
out.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We got 4 whole comments.
Dawn Harriet, don't say goodnight yet. We still have show.
We still do.
Yeah. All right. Comments of the day. I don't know where my head was. I'm on vacation
You're on
already.
vacation. Well, we are not, but you probably will be because Tolly about the weight loss, Brad.
Yeah.
She was waiting for the excuse, Brad. Always food in your way. It's amazing.
Hey, a good lawyer needs a good excuse every day, right?
Man, I gotta tell you.
Yes.
All right. Our second one comes from Jessica Leamy Joel saying, How can I apply for the professional quarreler position? I could do that job with my eyes closed. I want to know too, because I can definitely do that as well.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Same. Can we supplement our income
Right.
in some way? Because I'm about it.
You're like, I'm going to do that after work.
Yeah,
I'm going to get paid for it.
Like, blow off some steam post work, no
What?
problem.
I'm good with that.
Glamma, we love you so much. She said, I kind of feel like Yo-Yo and Kim are really my glam kids, and Brad Bernstein is my uncle in my head. We totally are, Glamma. You're totally
As long as they're the beautiful favorite kids, and I'm not the crazy uncle, I like that.
That's exactly what it is.
Because if they're like you two are the black sheep, and I'm the crazy uncle, then I don't like that.
No.
No, she loves us.
Yes, absolutely. And our fourth one, we have one from First Lady Hewitt saying, every day I really should be sleeping to go to my second job at 8 p.m. But instead, I'm up watching my favorite show and spending time with my Brad Squad family.
Amazing.
It's just
I'm
love.
going to tell you something. It is better to hang out with us than sleep, because you don't want to sleep your life away, right?
That's true.
You don't want to sleep your life away. Everybody have a great 2 weeks. We will miss you. I will miss you. I'll miss everyone behind me. You don't really know they're behind me, but they are. They're not literally behind me. They're in a wall behind me.
Got our backs,
In our
always.
backs. Somewhere, like if I knock on the wall back there, they can knock back.
They'll knock back.
Right, that whole crew back there. You know, Jill and
They should all come
Julian
out.
They can knock
Jenny
us
from the cubicle and Party Rock
and Brendan
and No Name Brandon, because we don't have a name
We
for
don't
him
have
yet.
a name for Brendan yet.
Just No Name Brandon.
Close.
For right
and
now,
I keep calling him Brandon.
I was
as
just
Brendan.
about to say, for now, our biggest battle is you just call him Brendan.
Yes,
Which is
I keep calling him Brandon, right?
Not Brandon.
No.
Brendan.
Brendan. All right, we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a great 2 weeks and Memorial Day.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the
Mother's
mothers
Day
out
to all the
there.
beautiful mothers
That's right.
out there.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom, too, if she's watching. We'll see you all. Take care. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.